Hi there, friends in the Ninja Nation. It's Terry Johnson. I thought I'd stop by today because I just had a really interesting conversation with some friends of mine in Nashville, and we were talking about focus and the business just getting a little busier right now. It's spring, and we're just about to head into summer. And we had an interesting conversation in that focus is it can become somewhat of a disruptor this time of year. Our kids are going to be out of school for some of us. We don't really know how to handle all the business. And of course, what do we do with the kids while they're out of school? Lots of people are moving and buying and selling during the summer and spring months. And so I just thought I'd stop and share a thought with you that comes from the Mastery Coaching. But it was a thought that came up, and I just thought it was worthy of sharing. And that is that how do we get our significant others, our families, the people that matter the most, how do we get them into shared vision with us if we want to have an amazingly profitable spring and summer market? Well, there's several ways that we teach, but I just wanted to stop and talk about one today, and that was what's the key in getting them into shared vision? What's the key in getting them to believe in what I believe in so that I can accomplish what I want to accomplish for us and for our family or our significant others? And there's 5 questions that they kind of will ask of themselves and or possibly you. So if you'll stick with me, here's what they are. Number 1, they'll ask themselves, how do I feel about this philosophically? Am I okay with my realtor, lender, significant other working like they have to work during this time of year in order to accomplish what they want to accomplish? Philosophically, am I okay with that? They've got to be okay with it. If they're not on board with it, we won't be in shared vision. And it doesn't mean we can't be successful, but it certainly means that we won't have the encouragement and the backing that we hope to have in order to accomplish that which we hope to accomplish. So they will ask themselves, how do I feel about it philosophically? Secondly, they're going to want to know, what's the plan? What are the tactics that are going to happen in order to make this happen? My favorite way to share this is I'm a firm believer in showing is better than telling. I mean, obviously that's a ninja principle, but rather than trying to talk them into being in shared vision with us, often what we could do that would best serve them and all of us would be show them rather than tell them. Show them that you're going to show up. Show them that you're going to be different than you had been before. Show them that you're committed, and just show them by your actions, by what you do to make this dream a reality. Showing is always better than telling. And I think once we begin to show them, what we'll see is more support from them once we actually show them that we're committed to this. Number 3 is, how do I relate to the plan? And it's not how do I, the ninja, relate to the plan. It's how do they relate to the plan. And here's 2 bullet points under how do I relate to the plan, number 3. And that is, number 1, what's in it for me? They're going to ask themselves, what's in it for me? And number 2, what's expected of me? And the reason they're going to ask themselves this is they don't want us to be gone more. They don't want us to be absent more, whether we're home but just not present. So if I do get into shared vision with you, then what is this going to look like for me with regard to our family or our relationship? They've got to know that there's something in it for them. We all are driven by, is there something in this for me if I do get behind this plan with you? Okay. And then, of course, is there anything expected of me? And if it is, what is that? I've got to know what you expect of me before I can make a determination. And keep in mind that they aren't going to probably ask you these questions. These are questions that internally are processing through their minds. Number 4 is, how will we communicate? If by chance they are getting in the groove of it and feeling like you are committed, what they're going to want to know is, how are you going to communicate the success? How are you going to keep me in the loop? Don't leave me out of the loop. Don't be gone all the time. Don't be home but not present all the time and leave me out of the loop and I have no idea what's going on. How are we going to communicate? And come up with a way that we might communicate. My friend in Nashville that just shared this with me and actually got me on this little tangent today was sharing with me that he shares his business tracker with his significant other so that he can show rather than tell that here's what I have going on and here's what that's going to look like in our lives, both monetarily and for our relationship, the time I'm going to be willing to spend and have to spend and so on. That was one way that we can communicate. Another way is we can just sit down and actually communicate. But we've got to talk about it. We can't just expect them to support us if we're not willing to show them that we're committed to both them and to this vision that we have. And then the last question, and this one almost always they're going to only ask themselves this question of you, and that is, how committed are you? How committed is my realtor, significant other, spouse, whomever? How committed are they? And really what this one comes down to, if we're honest, and that is that am I someone that's a person of my word? Am I a person of integrity? Do I show up when I say I'm going to show up? Do I do what I say I'm going to do? Because if I haven't in the past, I might have a little more work cut out for me than I would if I've shown up in the past. But they're going to want to know how committed you are. Have I supported you before, and did you show up? Or did you kind of fizzle out after the excitement was gone? So just a little quick side note, taking about 7 minutes of your day to tell you that I care about you. I want you to be focused, but I care more about your life. And if you know me, I've told you that face to face before. So thanks for stopping by. Have a great spring and summer, and we will see each other soon. Bye-bye.